Before in the African context, if you come between 18, because when my son became 18, I told him, man, for now, I think I've released you. You can have friends for yourself. Before I became 18, I left my father. I was able to differentiate between yes and no. I was able to take care of myself. So if I don't give you some things, go and learn how to make things. Take decision yourself. Take step for yourself. So between 18 and 25 or 35 in Africa, we see such people as what and youth. And there's an umbrella body in Africa called the African Union. That African Union gave us this age bracket with 18 and 25. So if you are between 18 and 25, you are youth. So what we are going to be doing this morning is to challenge you to bring up issues that I think you must do as a youth. But having known this age bracket, there are some basic characteristics you must know about a youth. Because if you don't know these characteristics, you can't hold anybody accountable. You don't know your right, you can't do anything. It's what you know that makes you. So what are the basic characteristics that we see people that fall within this age bracket exhibit? Say, this baby is behaving like a baby. Yeah, fine. Why? Because there are some basic characteristics that we know. You know, if you look at the period of your growth, between 1 and 5, physiologists gave us different sets, different phases. Now, between this 18 and 35, what are the basic characteristics we expect from you? Now, these basic characteristics I'm going to be bringing out will help you understand how you can hold government accountable, how you can understand the subject matter we're going to be talking about. The first thing is that we are going to, it's a period we transit from dependence to independence. I don't know what you call independence in Hausa. What do you call independence?
Enchi.
That's the first characteristic you know of the youth. First thing is liberated. He's free from dependence to what? Independence. I'm not relying on anybody. I tell you, at the age of 13, I left my father. And I understood what it means to stand on my own. You cannot take decisions on your own. And you hold yourself responsible for that decision you have taken. So between 18 and 25, the first characteristics you should know about yourself is that as a youth, I've left the level of dependence to independence. And there are some things I don't expect my son to be collecting from me now. Go and fend for that thing. There are some decisions he takes that is after he has taken it and said, no, now you are a man. Between this age of 18 and 25, most of you have left the university. You are not serving. You're no more under your parents. You cannot stand on your own. What did I think you exhibit? You have physical and emotional as well as intellectual development. As a youth, you see you are growing physically. Except you have some certain growth challenge. You begin to grow. That's the major thing. So you say, this boy, you are 18 years. When you see the size, you say, I understand why this person is at this level. Why? Because he has grown. Emotionally, he's able to take some challenges. He's able to hold himself emotionally. Now, if you see a man whose small thing, he begins to cry, you say, man, you are not a man yet. If you are a man, not everything should make you cry. Emotionally, he's balanced. He can stand. If he goes through challenges, he has the emotional stability to better himself and find himself competing comfortably with comfort. And intellectually, he's developing. You don't expect a child that is 14 to be intellectually mobile with a child that is 22. Am I right? So intellectually, we expect, even in the university setting, if you see a child of level 1, the way he reasons should not be the same way you see a child of what? Level 4. Yeah. In terms of maturity, the way, when you enter university, you are a bit pious, you are gentle. By the time you enter level 2, you see that there's a difference in character. He's now getting matured. Say the day John will mature, no, he's matured now intellectually. The third exhibition, or the third way to know that you are actually transiting from childhood to adulthood is when you have what is called interest and career pathway. You can design what you want for yourself. Noah and his colleagues have designed a pathway for themselves. Want to follow what? Justice. My son that is 13, the other ones, one is an architect in the making, the one after him is doing computer science, the third one says he's going to read computer engineering, and they are all good in sciences, but I have a problem. The fourth one is giving me a problem. He's very good in sciences, he's following the same trajectory as his brothers. And now I asked him something, I said, son, what would you like to be? He said he wants to be a lawyer. I said, look at your brothers are doing sciences and they are doing good. Architectural engineering. He said, Daddy, I don't want to go into science. I want to be a lawyer. Up till 2 weeks ago, I was trying to see how I can shape. But the guy is not ready to change his mind. It's law or nothing else. So I left him. Now, at this level, even at that age, he has designed his career path. Am I speaking? Yes. So as a youth, we expect you between 18 and 35 to have designed the career path you have. Unfortunately, today, the world we live in, people already design that. From primary school, you see kids telling you, this is what I want to be. But academically speaking, or in actual fact, we expect that you should be able to design your career path between 18 and 35. If at this level, you've not designed what you want to be in the future, that's a problem. Sometimes I tell myself, if my wife comes down to this and she says she has a child, I say, so does it mean at the age of 65 I will still be buying Pampers? I've designed my career path in life. This is what I want to be. I told myself that before I become 50, I want to be a professor. I just told myself. I designed, when I was making that decision, I don't even have a master's degree. But I designed my career path like that. This period and this period I want to be this. You design your career path. Why? Because you are youth. If you are not being able to define your career path at this level, then that's a problem. So one basic exhibit of you being a youth is that you can design what you want to be in the future. Then you can start forming what is called relationship and social network as we are having on this platform. So I want to have a relationship with Pakistan. I want to have a relationship with Abdul. This person, I think we reason the same way. I want to work with Nora. I want to work with, that's my brother there. I like this lady, I want to marry her. And begin to look at relationship. People that have the like-mindedness like you. People that reason the same way. I'm sure those people who have this Justice Cafe will not bring somebody that will come and derail them. It has to be people who have the same mindset. You now form relationship. And the final thing that exhibits you or characteristics of you being a youth is that you begin to form what is called volunteerism, activism. You are energetic. You don't go agree. You carry placard. And that's where we are going to. I'm not teaching you to be an activist per se, but you begin to know your rights. You begin to know what is due for you or what is not due for you. And you work towards it. A child that is not an adult may not know these things. He may not be an activist. This man said we are here to fight injustice in our society, and we are starting with the youth. So these 5 basic characteristics are what define you as what? As a youth. Now, having established this, let's take it a step further and look at the local government setting. Of course, we know that the local government setting is a third tier of government, isn't it? We have the federal, we have the state, and we come back towards the local level. Now, anything as far as governance is concerned must start from the local government because a chunk of the population is at that level. Now, in Kaduna, for example, we have 23 local governments, and then in the metropolis, we have 4. Kaduna North, Kaduna South, Igebe. To present it, now if you look at the other 19, is it 19?
Yes.
Are outside. Now, if you look at the rate of development in this other 19 local governments, they're not the same as Sebebi, Kafanchan, and Zaria, Savongari. So it means the population, if you remove the population of these 19 local governments on one side and put them side by side with the 4 local governments, a good number of the population of these local governments are in the local or the rural areas. And that is where governance starts from. That is where the people are. So the local government is not pure government that, of course, governance starts from there. It is built from that level. Now, how do you now bring in this subject of local government accountability? I have one sentence. I said the local government accountability refers to the responsibility of local government officials and institutions to be transparent. Remember what Nora said, and the MC said we are going to be talking about accountability and transparency. So when we say local government accountability, we are referring to your responsibility as a local government official or as somebody who belongs to that local government level to be what? To be transparent. I will talk more about transparency. Be open. If someone came and said he has a grant of so amount, so everybody know that for 4 universities, somebody is helping him. There's nothing hidden about it. You are open-minded. People can see. The Freedom of Information law allows you to walk into government establishment and ask this: how are you spending money? It talks for transparency. But if you are more transparent, you don't have to wait anybody. If you spend the money, this 1,000 grant you gave us, $1,000 grant you gave us, this is what we did here. That is transparency. And that is what we see when we talk about local government accountability. It also has to do with responsiveness. Local government accountability talks about responsive. How do you respond to people's plight? You want to see local government chairman, you don't see him. You go to his office, Anchi Mabayana, he has gone to the state capital, he doesn't stay in the local government. How responsive is he to the plight of the people who voted him into power? That's accountability. Say you want to see local government, you try this number, you can't get it. You go to the secretariat, you don't see him. And even when you drop problems, issues that concern the local government, you can't get him. That's not responsiveness. But local government accountability talks about what? Your ability to be responsive, to respond to people's plight. And not only that, you are answerable to them. So, local government accountability encompasses three major things. 1, transparency. 2, responsiveness. And number 3, answerable. You should be answerable to them. Don't live as if you are Adolf Hitler and that you are above the law. See yourself as being answerable to the people. Now, these people have the right to call me at any time, and I have an obligation towards give them response. I've understood what local government accountability is. Now let's look at this other subtopic I bring forward. Local government accountability is essential. What makes it essential? Why is local government accountability essential? Don't forget where I started from. That the local government is where governance starts from. So if we get it right at the local government level, forget it. We get it right at the state and at the federal level. So why is it important? Why is it so essential that you must have accountability at that level? Because people see at that level that all you need to do is pay salary. When you pay salary, the one that remains, same with that's the mindset people have. Because they don't have conscience. Because we just do some converse here and there, and then we wait again to when we have, thank God there's the law now that federal government can pay straight into the local government coffers. So when the money comes, those days they will say state government collects the money, remove their own and give us our own. Once we get us at the local government, we pay salary, do some small converse here and there, then share the money. We'll wait for the next subvention. But it is important we have accountability at local government. And why is it essential? I did an acronym of why it is essential, and I call it FIP. FIP. PFIP. To tell you the acronyms I'm going to use to explain what I'm going to tell you now. P, F, I what? B. To explain the essential or the why it is essential to have accountability at the local government level. The first one, which is the P, stands for promoting good governance. That's the first one. The P stands for what? Promoting good governance. I say it's PFIB. Promoting good governance. What does it mean to promote good governance? Ensuring that local government officials act in the best interest of the community. That is why it's essential. So if you want to see a government that is essentially meeting the needs of the people, protecting the needs of the people, then the first thing is that if you want to be accountable, it is important because you want to promote good governance. You carry people along. See, this one is our own. It carries our pain. It feels our pain. It's attached to us. The F stands for fighting corruption. Why is it important to have an accountability level at local government? Because we want to fight corruption. If there's anything that is eating deep, that is denying us of development in this country today, is what? Corruption. But those of us who have had the privilege of going outside the country, at that local government level, you see government in action. I visited one country early this year. I think that was in April. I was in Nigeria, and I went to one region in Nigeria we call Constantine. Now, when I got to Constantine, they said they're going to take us to a tourist area. And the road network that took us from
Constantine. Constantine is about 3 hours from Algeria. Then that place where they took us to is where the Romans were staying before they left Algeria. The road network is super sweet, but you can see, you can count the number of houses we have there. These are people who know the importance of accountability. They don't have to wait to have good roads at the state capital. At that local level, they have light. I saw gas line linked to small houses in the village. I saw light there. And you can count the number of houses they have there. Each house has road leading to that place. Why? Because they fight corruption. There's nothing called corruption. Preventing and detecting corruption, holding officials accountable for misconduct. See, that is the lowest level. But if you do accountability, you can fight corruption. The I stands for improved service delivery. You ensure that everybody enjoys service delivery, essentials of life. Okay? Keep them light. Small rural electrification. You understand what I'm saying? Give them water the best you can. You go to the hospital, don't make the hospitals look like mere consultancy services where you just offer Panadol. No. Keep them, let them enjoy those basic necessities of life. And that is when you know that you are accountable to the people at local government level. And the B stands for building trust. People should trust you. If you can begin to have that build of trust from the local level, then you can go up. So as I've said, 4 basic things will help us understand local government accountability and why it is essential. The first I said, giving you the 5 acronyms called FIP, P-F-I-B. The first one, which is P, stands for promotion and good governance. The second one, which is F, stands for fighting corruption. The third one, improving service delivery, which stands for I. And the last one is what? Building trust. People can trust you. You can trust Nura with our money. When someone can pass you 1 million, he will use this 1 million well. And once they can trust you with 1 million, forget it, they can trust you with 10 million. And that's why I begin to build it. Once they can trust you at that local government level, they cannot trust you at the state level. This man did well. We've seen leaders in Nigeria that started their leadership quality or build up from the local level. Say he did well at this level. If you do well at this level, we can guarantee that we can give you another privilege. Also, we look at the next thing. Having understood who a youth is, what local government accountability is, and why it's essential to have local government accountability, we bring ourselves to this subject matter. What role can you play as a youth to hold local government accountable? What role can you play? I also have an acronym for that. I call it MAPS. When you understand MAPS, you understand your role as a youth to hold local government accountable, because that is where it starts from. MAPS. The M stands for monitoring and evaluation. Don't stay in the state capital. Go to the local areas, go to rural areas. See if they are enjoying what? The dividends of so-called what? Democracy. Monitor them. You don't do what is called the lazy form of research, which I call armchair research. You see, at the comfort of light, AC in the city, and you are calling somebody in the village. When them what about could that call by No. Go to the local government. That is where your responsibility as a youth comes to play. The holding local government accountable. You monitor and you evaluate. As a youth can monitor local government projects, track project allocation, and evaluate how effective these services are. You have the right to walk into the local government area. You have the law. Thank God the barrister is there. I want to know how you spend our money. You can monitor them. What else can you do as a youth? The A, advocacy and activism. I'm not telling you to carry placards, but you can advocate by what? For transparency, accountability, and good governance. And mobilize people. You can mobilize people and say, let's go to local government and ask them we don't have to shout, we don't have to block, we don't have to burn tire. We want to know how the local government chairman has been using our money. We want to know what the challenge is between this local government and that local government. Is this local government of the same party at the state, or is the state victimizing our local government because we don't belong to the same party? Is it holding up? We have a case in the Osun State, for example, where the federal is holding this fund belonging to Osun State. When Tinubu was governor in Lagos State, he had problem with Obasanjo. When Obasanjo had this fund, for him to, because he created some, he said you don't have a right by law to create local governments. So he created some what is called development centers. So he denied their fund, but Tinubu was able to rule at that level. So you have the right to say, we want to know, is there any problem? We can walk into the local government chairman's office, or we can come to the state government office. We have the Ministry of Local Government Affairs. You say, look, we want to know what is happening to our local government. The P stands for participation in decision-making process. You can now be part of the decision-making process. When there's advocacy, they can invite what is called Justice Cafe. Come and give us paper. We want to bring a law. This is what we have in mind. Come and give us your position. Come and make advice for us. And finally, this one is very important because it's my field. What you call social media and ICT. We live in the social media world now. The youth can play a crucial role, and that's not for the last one, which is the S. The youth can be involved in social media. This recording you are doing, you can decide to post it online. People can watch and see what is happening. You can what call social media influencers. Not only that, you can make yourself what is called a citizen journalist to report what is happening at the local government. We may not always be there. You can't be everywhere at a particular time. You can have representative. Carry your phone. See, the bridge linking this community with this community has collapsed. We are calling on the attention of the local government chairman, the state governor to help us. We can't transport our product from this level to this level. Citizen journalism. You can do that. And that is where your role as a youth comes to play in having what's called local government accountability. How do you define your role? MAPS. 1. M, standing for what? Monitoring and evaluation. A, advocacy and activism. P, which is participation in decision making. And S, social media. And by exception, you must be a citizen journalist. Now, if you are involved in all these things, they ask me this question: what do I stand to benefit? What are my benefits as a youth? I'm holding government accountable. I'm doing it for the sake of doing it. What do I benefit as a youth? I also have an acronym. Don't mind me, I have acronyms so that it will be easier for us. I call it TRACO. Everybody say TRACO.
TRACO.
TRACO is spelled TRACO. So anytime you remember TRACO, you remember your own benefit of involving yourself in the movement to fight for what? Local government accountability. The T is what? Transparency. I will enjoy transparency. I will enjoy transparency, providing citizens with access to information about local government issues. The A stands for what? Responsiveness. Responding to citizen need. You can stand there in the gap for them. The A, after R, stands for accountability mechanism. People can be accountable to you. The C, which of course I spoke about, what we call citizen participation. Everybody can participate. And the O, oversight and monitoring. Now, these 5 basic things are the things you enjoy as a youth that is involved in what? The fight for local government accountability. I say this acronym as what? TRACO. T for transparency, R for responsiveness, A for advocacy for the accountability mechanism, C for citizen participation, and the O for oversight and monitoring. Let me end on this note. You will not find it easy, my dear youth, in the fight to get the best for the local government. In your effort to get accountability, you will not find it. Let me show you 1 or 2 problems you may likely face. Limited capacity. Do you have the wherewithal to travel to the local government area, to travel to the hinterland? It's a major problem. Do you have the financial muscle to gather 5 people? See, we are going to go through all the local governments in Kaduna State, 23 of them, and in each local government, we are going to spend 5 days. Where is the money to feed them? Where is the money to accommodate them? How do you give them DTA? What about honorarium? Capacity. Youth may lack the necessary skills, resources, and experience. That's the major challenge you may have. And the next is what is called marginalization. They don't know what they are doing. They are marginalized. You may face that problem. And finally, you may face the most difficult of them all, access to information. Sometimes you have the law. Thank God the barrister is here. Yes, you have the law. But you walk into a local government office and say, I want to know how you spend the money. They will deny you the information. Access to information is a major problem. On the final note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the role of the youth in local government accountability is very crucial for promotion of transparency and good governance. So effort should always be there to support the youth to achieve this. If we are able to get it at the local government level, forget it, we have won it at the federal level. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very, very much, Professor Ayodele Joseph. Please, another big round of applause for the professor. I don't think any more justice would have been done to that topic handed to Professor Ayodele Joseph. And I think from this wonderful presentation he has made, those of you who are seeing him for the first time, so Prof, before you came in, we were holding a brief activity with the members of Justice Cafe, who are from the students of the Kaduna State University. We're making an introduction and networking. So I was telling them the essence, one of the big essence of coming to events such as this, beyond the presentations, beyond the capacity building, is the networking, the people you get to know. I definitely, from this day forward, will look up to Prof and make sure that we stay connected as a mentor. This is me who is going away, who is not a member of CASU. So I expect that every student in this hall that is part of this event, from today henceforth, knows Prof's office, has Prof's contact, and makes sure that for anything like this, Prof is just a dial away from you, because he's too invaluable to be let go by any of you in this. Please, another round of applause. The big takeaway for me from the presentation was particularly when Prof mentioned, as part of his acronyms, the act of making sure that local government administrations are serving the best interest of the communities they represent. So before you even go forward to know what they are doing, before you go forward to know what resources they have, you should first of all, before even sending them or electing them, define exactly what the best interest of the society is. So for example, you have two neighboring local governments. There is a wonderful local government chairman in the next one who is building roads all over the local government, all over town. And then in your own local government, your own chairman is also doing the same. But while he is building road, there is a pandemic of communicable disease that is day in, day out as the road construction is ongoing, taking the lives of community members. Which one do you think is more critical, the roads or the handling the pandemic? Exactly. But the chairman next door at the next local government is doing roads and everywhere is looking beautiful. Your place will also look beautiful, but if they go on to do that, at the end of the day, when they finish making the road, maybe everyone will be there. So it would not serve any purpose. It is beautiful, but relatively it is not serving the best interest of the community. So from Prof's presentation, my biggest takeaway, I think, is for the community to sit down, analyze and define what are those best interests, regardless of what other places are doing, and then you bring out someone by trust, as Prof has said, someone who has shown the capacity to be trusted, bring them out, empower them with leadership positions, and make sure that they can go and serve what the those best interests that the community has collectively identified and agreed that must be pursued. So thank you very much once again, Prof, for bringing to light these perspectives and adding to the knowledge we have about local government and accountability. At this point, as we go into an interactive session and other programs, let me hand over the mic for moderation to my wonderful colleague, Ms. Babu from the Justice Studies Faculty. Please, a round of applause for her.
Thank you, Engineer